I spoke with Governor DeSantis several times, Governor Kemp, Governor McMaster's, Governor Cooper, about the impacts of the storm and that made landfall. We have to remain vigilant, and there's much more to do. I just came from the Oval Office where I met with the FEMA administrator. We surged personnel to Florida to help the state move people quickly to safety and out of a danger zone. I let each governor I spoke with know if there's anything the states need right now, I'm ready to mobilize that support of what they need.
Damn, he's really ready to act, huh? How about that? Why so much activity? Let's take a look at where that storm hit. As it looks to me, Idalia hit Florida and Georgia the worst. Florida and Georgia. What are they? Swing states! Politically very lucrative, and they could go either way in presidential elections. Compare that to, say, remember the fire in Maui a few weeks ago? The devastation there? Joe Biden barely had anything at all to say about this. He actually said no comment. It was so insulting. Why would he blow off Hawaii like this? Well, he was on vacation, and Hawaii always goes Democrat, always. And just 4 electoral votes. You don't have to break a sweat politically if you're a Democrat about Hawaii. Too bad there are people there. And Joe, well, he was on vacation and stayed on vacation. When they asked him about Hawaii, it was like somehow the reporters were being rude. Hey, I'm on vacation. Leave me alone. Watch this.
About the Hawaii response, Mr. President?
No comment. Here, the day of the storm, he's calling this governor, that governor. He's meeting with the FEMA person in the Oval Office, right? Well, hey, even though he was at the office today, he's back on vacation this weekend. This month alone, 23 of the past 30 days on vacation, and he's not done yet. The Labor Day weekend, I think tomorrow even, or the day after, he will be at that Rehoboth Beach place. And watch this, though, in terms of bold-faced lies. This is Karine Jean-Pierre. This really is like from a bad science fiction movie.
I've had conversations with some of your colleagues in the White House press corps when we travel abroad, how it is hard for us to keep up with this president who is constantly working every day to get things done and making sure that we are delivering for the American people. And I think that's what matters.
So that's actually more clever than it looks. She said they have a hard time keeping up when he travels abroad. I mean, yeah, I get it. Jet lag is tough to deal with. Biden gets a bed in Air Force One. It's easy for him to travel. It's hard for the reporters to travel in the backup plane. They don't get a bed, right? They're not treated like the president. At first, I thought she meant Joe Biden on the beach, right? No. She means abroad. That was pretty sneaky, sis. Anyway, there is a book out right now. It's called The Last Politician, all about Joe Biden. It's supposed to be an honest appraisal of his presidency. And you ready for the bombshell news? Are you ready for this? According to sources, Joe Biden has said he occasionally felt tired. He occasionally feels tired. That's the big news from this book. Looks like they give him a love tap. I look forward to the chapter on Afghanistan. So this mugshot obviously is global, viral, everything like that, making millions of dollars in campaign money and all kinds of other merchandise, including a new rap song. This artificial intelligence rap song, first day out, #2 on iTunes. Have you heard it? 30 million people or so have. We can't actually play it because you got to get writing and permission. It's got to be in writing and all this stuff, all these hoops you got to jump through. But we do have the lyrics, and they're pretty genius, okay? These DAs acting silly. My mugshot is worth a billy. Sold some merch and made a milli. Call me racist, but these rappers riding with me, they my soldiers. MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. I'm not who they're after. I'm just in the way. They want to get to you, but I won't let them. I beat them, MAGA. I beat them RICO charges. And if I go to prison, you can't do me like the Clintons. I'll be laid up eating steak with the Secret Service chilling. Good stuff there. I am impressed. People all over the place are celebrating Donald Trump and this mugshot and his latest issue with the law. Some guy had Donald Trump mugshot tattoo in his thigh. Can you see it? Yeah, he actually had that image tattooed on his thigh. How about that? Look, all kinds of people are, I think, reassessing Donald Trump in a positive way.
We love Trump! 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 Trump 2024! Trump 2024! Trump 2024! Trump 2024!
All right, I think that's growing. I think it's growing big time. Now this.
What are your thoughts on running for re-election in 2026?
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026?
That's
Yeah, this was kind of scary and
Did you hear the
sad.
question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026? All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute. Senator Benny.
All right, Mitch McConnell having some sort of episode there. Look, I'm no Mitch McConnell fan, but I want him to live to be 100. He's a bit of a rhino, and let's face it, he tried to trip up Trump every step of the way. Career politician, he's 81 years old, and sooner or later, this could happen to all of us at some point. If we're lucky, we'll live to be that old, and right? So I hope Mitch gets well soon. He may have to leave the Senate, let's face it. This is not the first time this has happened. Just a couple of weeks ago, he had the same kind of strange freeze right in the middle of a similar press conference.
and a string of
All right. So we don't know what's going on there. He had a terrible fall a while back. So, again, we wish him well. Yeah, he's not that reliable, but he is a Republican. And if he should have to leave the Senate, you know who would appoint his successor, at least for a little while? The governor of Kentucky, who is a Democrat, and he would most likely pick a Democrat. He's running for re-election right now. There's hope, though. Daniel Cameron, have you heard of him? He's the Attorney General of Kentucky, extremely sharp, and he would be a great governor. We will see what happens. Ronald Reagan, when he was running for governor, you know what he did? No gimmicks. Just went out there and told people his vision for the state of California. Looked right at the camera and made his pitch. He did the same thing when he was running for president. I love it. Just tell the people what you want to tell them. No silly announcers, no special effects. Trump is doing the same thing. Have you seen these videos? He put about a dozen, more than a dozen, on Truth Social today. They're compelling, they're interesting, they're funny.